Ladies and gentlemen, can we all just come together and look at this magnificent picture? It is a rock that is alive, and it will be the thumbnail of this video. But it will not be the main focus of this deck, but it will be the cause of our LP going down the drain. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to try to play some sort of kind of iteration of Malp. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. But without further ado, Skinner Rinky Dinky Doo, let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and we are here today to go into some Runeterra. And I specifically wanted to play today because I thought of this deck. I think people have already played this. I think I've heard of this before. Like at least like Leona, like in people trying out the new Leona cards, Daybreak cards, which I think is just this crazy hawk, and this card right here, the Eye of the Rahrok. Now, normally what people have been doing, I think that they've been trying to like splash Ionia into this one, and then with Ionia you put Yasuo in there. But now there is a shit ton of stuns you can get off, but my issue though is that you have to get Yasuo on the field, and then you kind of have to protect him. And then if you don't have any stuns, which you do run out of stuns, you just kind of don't get anything going. You know, he just kind of sits there. He's a decent unit. Malp himself is just a big 7-drop, and he just kind of drops there. And if you have the landmark requirement, which is actually easier to do, I feel like people were pretending as though it was very hard to do. I don't find it hard to get him leveled up, especially with this card here. This card, if you daybreak it, it copies itself, and when it copies itself, that's 5 plus 5, that's 10, and my boy only needs 12. So as long as you have a rock hopper, and it goes by the mana of the card that's of the landmark. So boom, this is 2. So if I rock hopper at any point in time before, and then play this on as a daybreak, boom, Malp is leveled up. And this is, as you can see, this is a turn 5 play, or this could be a turn 6. You play Malp turn 7, and you're good to go. Very, 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 very easy, in my personal opinion, to get him out. But the problem is that you don't want a ton of Malp. So I only have one of him in the deck. I look at him actually not as a champion, but as like a 7-drop or an 8-drop that people put in their decks, like same way they put Leviathan in a deck. I don't want too much Malp because he only does one thing. I look at him as a 9-mana finisher. That's how I look at him. And I say 9 mana because his unstoppable force for some reason is 2 mana, which I kind of wish it was a little bit cheaper. And I wish it wasn't slow speed, because if we play League of Legends here in this channel, so you would know that his unstoppable force is his ultimate, and it damn sure isn't slow. That should be at least fast speed or burst speed, which a burst AoE stun sounds ridiculous, but his level up requirement and himself is ridiculous. Now, also, if we do get Malp out there, we can get him with some Zenith Blades. I have 2 of them in the deck. I used to have 3, but I had to skim back because I wanted to add some Shurima in my deck. Specifically, the Shurima cards that I wanted to add was the Rock Hopper, because I just love Vulnerable. I think Vulnerable is an underutilized negative keyword that people don't use as much. What else did we put in here? I have to remember. It's not much. It's not much. You can see there's only 5 Shurima cards in here. And we wanted to add Talia. Reason why I wanted to add Talia is because this card is stupid. Because I can actually make a copy of it, and then whether I make the copy of the Countdown 1 version or the Countdown 2, that is 4 stuns across the board. Now, I've only been playing this thing in normal, so God help my LP. But 4 stuns across the board, if I keep my momentum and my units are kind of tanky, I could swing pretty big. This deck is actually more aggressive, and I just realized, I was like, there's another Daybreak card that I'm not using, and I just realized what it is. It's the 1-drop, the Solari Soldier. This guy hits pretty much for 3, and he's not that bad. But I wanted to add in, I had to make some adjustments, I think. Did I put it in this? Oh, I didn't. Oh no, I added this guy. I added the Solari Sunforger. At first, he wasn't in there. And there's another card that I've been thinking about, which is Leona's, this card. You can actually main deck this card, but just because the Daybreak activates if you Daybreak it, it activates the Daybreak effects of the cards that are on the field. And if you have Leona and obviously this broken piece of Sunny D here, you pretty much can, the amount of value you get out of that is insane. It's 5 mana, and so even if you have some mana, because a lot of times you will have a lot of mana backed up, you'll be in a good spot. Ground Slam, I like it because it's a stun regardless, so I can use it as a stun, same way people use Concussive Palm and Ionia. But if I've summoned a landmark, because it's not the focus of my deck, I will easily level up Malphite, but if I happen to summon a landmark, then I'm good. I actually would even consider maybe not having Chip in here. I think that actually I should probably change this. Take out Chip and then put the Solari guy in there, because there's many of times where I actually don't summon as many landmarks and then he just stays as a 1/1. So let me just actually make that adjustment right now, because he becomes a 3/3, but he's not gonna come it as often. Same reason why I don't really run Shapestone in here, because it doesn't happen as often as you think it will. These cards, and I might actually take this out as well, but it's funny to watch the opponent play around it. It makes them very nervous, because especially with these low mana champions like Aurelia, like Azir, that are in the meta, they really, if they play that card and then you play that right afterwards, they have to start manipulating what cards they put out on the field, and it puts them in awkward situations, and that's always a great thing to make your opponent play somewhat optimally. I don't know how to say that correctly, but you make them make mistakes a little bit, and that's kind of the deck. It's pretty much a Daybreak deck, but it has Malphite as a finisher, possibly Talia as a finisher if needed, because you'll be stunning on stuns. A lot of people, I feel like, don't even know how to use Talia correctly. Talia hits for 9 damage if no one's blocking her. I think a lot of people see her effect here. This whole thing dealing 2 damage to the blocker. If she has the thing, it goes to the face. So if you think 6, plus if she's leveled, it's 3. She can do 9 damage if you don't have a blocker on her, instead of it being that you want something to block her and then remove it, which you could do that. But if you stun the whole thing, that's 9 damage to the face. That's half their health, which I feel like a lot of people underestimate when they are thinking about Talia and how to utilize her. That's why I really want to make a Talia deck to show you guys. There's a way better way of making Talia, in my personal opinion, but you know, that's for another day. So let's get into a couple matches. Sorry if I talk too long, but there will be timestamps and stuff like that. I want to play at least 3 games. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm so close to silver. If I win 3 games straight, I think I'll be close enough. And then maybe I'll give you guys a bonus game, but the odds of that happening, because I'm pretty sure, you smell that? I smell Azir and Aurelia right off the bat. My nose does not work correctly. All right, we got Garen, Katarina. Thank you. This is a great hand. Just because, especially if the blue sentinel does die, it does generate this card. It lets you get out Leona a little bit earlier, which I love. But we do have a beautiful curve here. 2 into the 3 into the 4. 2, this is 2 Daybreaks, and then we can Zenith Braid whatever the heck is out there. I find that you just Zenith Braid something. Just use it. Use it on something. His deck, I'm pretty sure it's more elite based with Katarina in there, and then plus maybe like maybe a Shunpo or something like that. I feel like this is some weird deck that I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, we got Papa Sunny D. Sunny D is in the building. This guy is broken. With these 2 out, you pretty much win if they don't have anything to do with it. I do have to be a little bit careful because he can oh, is it like a ping deck? That'd be weird. I could use this if he develops. I can use this. Daybreak plus, I literally won't take any damage from whatever he's doing, and I kill what he does. Kind of stops his attack, or if he wants to sacrifice something. His aggro aspect would kind of get fucked a little bit here. This thing, when it attacks, deals 1 damage. Yeah, he said, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Oh, we got another one. I'm just gonna do this. I want more bodies. He seems aggro. I'm gonna assume he's aggro, so I'm gonna go with the Golden Sisters here. So there's a lot of times I never even get to use the card, but I just go this if I feel like they're aggro because I want the life stealer. So that's good. He's not gonna play anything. He's gonna bank the mana. I'm not gonna attack because there's no reason to. I can now block with that. Turn 4, we can play Leona. That would be 3.
Let the bloodshed begin.
Yeah, there's no reason of. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna stun the Katarina, forcing her to kind of stay on the field, which that's really not what he wants. He definitely wants to attack with this and then have it recall, but unfortunately he's not gonna be able to do that. His deck can't really kill Leona right now. He could single combat me or something. Like, he can kill one of these. Actually, that would be a smart thing if he single combated this, my 1-2, and then he gets a strike, and then he goes back in the hand and it's leveled. Kind of helps his cause out, or he's just gonna take the stun. Next turn, 100%, we're just gonna drop down Sunny D. Once we drop down Sunny D, pretty much our whole deck is ready. I could also play this. So he's going with an attack here. I kind of need board space because a lot of I've played this deck a couple times in normal, so I know that my board space is kind of important because this thing duplicates itself, right? So it takes up 2 spaces. These two, him and Leona, kind of stay there forever. We're gonna hit this. That we have Ravenous Flock, I guess.
This might hurt.
A very weird deck you're running here, sir. I'm deeply confused. You could Ravenous Flock my Leona, but Leona is a great card in this deck. She's the main focus, but you don't really need her. You need this guy. If you're gonna kill anything, you kill this. This guy is what ruins the entire game for the opponent. I could force 3 damage here on him. I think that the Daybreak thing comes later. But I just want to level her, get her out of Ravenous Flock range. No other cards that we can utilize here. But we just got a lot of swinging damage here. Like I said, I could have swung with her, but then he could have just Ravenous Flocked it, and then I would have died. Now we have the strength. I might not even attack, to be honest with you, so I don't give him anything. The next turn, I could drop a whole lot of doo-doo. See, now if I attack, he can hit with his Katarina. He has 5 mana. I don't want this to die. I feel fine attacking with this, but not with my 5/5. He's just too important. He's way too important to risk. Leona just helps me stun forever, like I was trying to say. Like these two, if I drop this, yeah, he didn't block. So if I drop this, it stuns 2 units. So if he develops next turn, I just drop this. I drop this, and I can even drop the Sun Forger, and I can just keep stunning his board over and over and over again. There's literally nothing he can do about it. But we attack. He's gonna hit me. I'm assuming he has Ravenous Flock, or why did he hit this? Just not hit with the. Got 1 damage to the Nexus. Rally. Okay. I have healing, so I really don't care if he levels this up. Because the thing is that when he plays it, I'm not going to take damage for no reason.
Violence solves everything.
In order to play Katarina again, you have to spend 4 mana. So next turn, he's not going to really have too much. And I don't even have to play this. So next turn, when he drops a card, like any card, I can literally just play this, and Leona will stun the unit that he puts out. Especially if he spends 4 mana here, he only has 2 mana, and that will make a really big attack, 9 damage. He just used all of his mana here. So yeah. You're not attacking with that, buddy. And as you see here, right? Oh, can I? Come on. Hey, I'm trying to explain something. Come on. Malphite is already at 10 of 12 because I just dropped those 2 cards. Now he's gonna get stunned again. I have a 9 wide attack here. Now I know I have this for 2 mana, right? I'm gonna Rock Hopper.
Would you look at this place?
He has to develop something here, because I'm threatening 12 damage right now. He doesn't know I have this in my hand. So I can play this after playing the Sun Forger. Here you're getting stunned. So you can't block with that. We're now threatening. Gotta do something. He needs a single combat or something. He literally can't let this go through. If he lets this go through, it's over. Single combat. He can single combat one of the 2. Oh no. It's your birthday. Look at that. Like it makes stuns, right? And these are all target cards, right? Except this. Right? So you could throw Yasuo into this, right? But it has nothing to do with Malphite. Like like it's a daybreak deck, but that's what you did with before. It doesn't change how the deck works. Now you see, like if I was fighting a more aggressive deck, I'm not gonna pull that. We got way more than enough. Plus -6 damage on him. He didn't have much to do with it. Even like you see, I have 2 stuns. Like you're not attacking. Yeah, you tell him, Leona. All right, we got Ez, Draven. This deck usually revolves around like pinging my stuff, so I might have some issue keeping my units alive here, which is kind of okay, but it's not. Luckily, my units generally are kind of thick, so my hope is that he spends a lot of time killing my units. This is kind of one of those matches where I actually hope I draw Malphite. Especially now that we have a decent curve here and we don't have any early game units. Kind of sucks also, so we're just gonna bank mana here. We play Leona on 4, it looks like, and then once we play her, I might immediately Zenith Blade her just to make her a little bit tanky. Turn 3 he can drop Draven here, or Ez, or goes Ez. I could just kill him, and I have no. I don't want him generating anything, and I have nothing to really do with that mana anyway. Literally nothing he can do with his deck combination. Just dies. That's a one-off, by the way. I only have one of that card in the deck, so I just kill Ez. Ez is like just really annoying, and that's like kind of how his deck works anyway. Here I think it's way better to threaten Rockhopper. Reason being, I want to do that. 1, I want to activate the ground slam. 2, if he plays Draven here, I can kill Draven. He has to not play Draven here. He has to play something else. And then I can kill that if I want to. But there's no reason for me to drop Leona, and then he has 7 mana, he just kills Leona. He has multiple cards to do so. So really no reason to just throw Leona out without any protection. Though my deck doesn't have protection for her, but so he just does that. Still doesn't change that he can't play his Draven. He has to do something else first. I could throw this down. I kind of want to bank the mana. 2 mana, spell mana. I think it would be a little bit better. Especially, like I said, I have the ground slam. So I can kill Draven or Ez as soon as they come out with this card. And that's kind of like my whole thing.
Let's make this a night to remember.
Now that he did that, though, I will kill it.
All unbelievers will see the light.
Now he's out of mana. I just want to kill that. I still have the option of killing Ez or Draven as soon as they come out. Draven is just a value engine for them. It's just it's really annoying to fight against Draven, and I knew he had it, and we're just gonna kill it. Sorry. Let's still get my. Maybe I don't kill it immediately. I do need to work on my daybreaks. If I immediately use this, right, I just, he does die, but then I don't get my daybreaks off. But then again, now looking at it, maybe I should have just played Leona because they essentially do the same thing. This is a thicker body. I can kill him now, but I don't need to rush to kill him. I have an answer for him. Right, so you can stun him again. You can drop this card, which I kind of think this is a little bit better because this stuns him on his turn. Malphite is now leveled up, so I think that the ground slam here, like I have him by the balls pretty much. There's no card that saves his Draven because he has 3 health. Pretty much, that's just he's fucked. So, even killing this might almost be somewhat more important. I'm gonna skip if he wants to throw more mana out. Stunning Strike. Thankfully, we didn't invest too much into that. I think he probably, and the problem with this is that this generates something every turn. I think we just ground slam this thing now. He can't attack next turn with it though, but I want to kill this so that if he plays something else, two things get stunned. Because normally when I put out this card, normally what they do is that they start playing other cards that are weak. It stuns the two weakest enemies. So then he'll play another enemy and then it gets stunned. So now what he's going to do most likely is that he's going to play like another unit. I'm going to stun that unit with Leona. And then he'll probably kill Leona. 9 times out of 10 is going to kill Leona. Yeah. That's the second Draven. Now we're going to stun it.
The power of the immortal sun. To shine like the sun, you must burn like it.
Now, as you guys would see, or if you can think of it in your head, if I had Talia, you could see how... I just hit my fork. You can see how I would stun so many of them, and then Talia gets a free attack for the 9 damage that I was saying, right? Now, what I want to do, I definitely want to get Rockhopper out of here.
Striking look and stun wit.
So it's gonna stun the 2 weakest. So next turn it's gonna stun those 2. Yeah, see, this is the card. Now he gets to pretty much kill her. This card comes out. Now I can, nice, it's vulnerable, so I can kill it. If he should might as well attack with it. So he can get 5 damage through, because I'm gonna block this. Technically, I could be a jerk and kill the 5-1 and then pull this later. I have vulnerable on it. I think I might do that actually. I don't have like ping, so like this being 1 health doesn't really matter as much. At least that's my rationale. So the 2 things that are gonna get stunned is Draven and this. So every card, most of the cards in his hand are fake. Not fake, but created. He only really has 3 cards in his hand. Oh! Papa Malphite is in the building. He can't really kill Malphite. Do I play him though? I think I do. Papa Malphite!
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Ooh! Back the fuck up! There we go. He's gonna stun, that's fine. I did forget about the Guile, not gonna lie. So I think technically maybe I should have developed more into it and then maybe played Malphite like the next coming turn. And also the way that he's playing tells me that he doesn't have a rummage. So he doesn't have draw right now. So everything that he's doing, so I think that playing Malphite there was I got excited. That was very foolish. Oh, there we go. Thank you. This is the card I need. I definitely need this card. We don't die, I think, from this attack. Alright. So he's gonna... This is important, because then he actually stuns me instead of... Do I do this first, or do I stun him? Okay. Goes for the stun. He's taking a long time. I'll probably edit that a little bit. Definitely taking a long time on his moves here. I think it is smarter to just stun this. 4/6 is a big body. He still has a lot of mana. But if I play this first... I mean, this takes away one of his blockers.
The power of the immortal sun.
We don't get a free Daybreak card, and I am running low on cards. So I probably won't even block with Leona. I just don't want to have to block that. Okay. So yeah, he had another big spell. Like... Oh, you have to be fucking kidding me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
You are bold to show your face here, Lunari.
You won't best me or defeat our cause.
11. That's actually it would have been lethal if I didn't have mana to play another card.
Axes coming right up.
Might, because he has these two cards. He should develop. Because this card gains.
Time for the moneymakers.
That's it?
However, for our might.
I have to sacrifice this. I think he should be using more of his cards here. He has 7 mana and I'm tapped out. Like, I think, especially if he loses this, like, I feel like it's because he played this very annoyingly cautious. Like, so I would just be putting way more damage on these two cards. Like, he has 7 mana. Like, he has to have. Yeah, there we go. Okay, 11, and okay, that's kill. There we go. Mouth fight.
That happened so fast.
Yeah, Malphite, it did. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, that deck is definitely punishes slow advancing decks. It just super punishes you for playing slow. Because it just, if you play something and you see those Tri-Beam Defibrillators, every time he plays a 3-cost card, that card gets 1 point of additional damage. So then, as you saw, 7. But on top of that, whatever the number of damage it does, it gives you that cost of unit. So the 7 cost gave him that big thing, and that was a little, you know, very lucky there. If it wasn't something that gave him, I think that card gives you +2/+2 if I'm not mistaken. So that was a really big that was lucky, but you know, it is what it is. Malphite. All right, and it looks like technically the last game gonna be some deep. I think we should slaughter them, actually. Should be a really good matchup for us. I like this hand. I kind of don't like you. I don't think I'll need healing early. It is TF version of it. So usually if you see TF instead of Maokai, it's going to be that they're going to... I think that they're going to use a lot of draw mechanics and not really toss anything. So it's going to be a little, like, slightly different. I have to play a little bit different. So he might actually come in handy. I don't even think the Rock Hopper. I'm pretty much using the Rock Hopper to enable the Ground Slam, just so that once he plays TF, I have a answer for him. And we can't do anything to that. See, this is all draw. This is probably the only toss card. The other card, hold on, I think you can see it, right? Just so you guys can see. Wait, I can't. Hail Cascade. Stop it! Hail Cascade is a draw. Salvage draw, and then the other guy, the Sap Sprayfin, is also draw. So it's mostly trying to get, is there a 2-drop I have to really worry about? I don't think so.
Clad in shining sunlight.
I don't think so. And here, watch it, and I'll be pissed right now. Like, fuck! I do want to utilize the Rolling Sands.
Success gets you noticed around here.
So
Burn away, doubt.
he shouldn't trade with that. Not really. Because I just gave myself +4, so that doesn't do anything. And then he'll kill me next turn, so that was a free trade. Now both of these trade. That's fine. That's A-okay with me.
Don't stand in my way.
I could actually stun it, but it won't do anything.
Son of a...
Gonna throw this out first.
Ours is the one true light.
I don't really care about it. I just want the Daybreak. I don't care what he plays here, but I want to pressure his TF by putting this after this. So if he skips or whatever here, I want to put the Rolling Sands out next. I could also not do that and then keep my my Zenith Blade up. I don't think I necessarily need to do that, but I still want to pressure it. So this might force him to play a card here, so that he has to, so he can play TF on his next turn, and possibly do a stun like that. Yeah, like it's very intricate how like this Rolling Sand card works. It's very interesting how it works. So I think he's thinking now, and you see how he's thinking? He's thinking about whether or not he wants to trigger this with a shittier unit. Yeah, see?
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
He probably wanted to save this for a completely different card. So now that tells me, which gives me information. Look at this. This is like super information number 1. So that tells me that he very likely has TF in his hand. Or at least a really important 4-drop, or 4 or 5-drop, but most likely an important 4-drop. And guess who's 4? TF is. So I'm assuming that TF is in his hand. most likely, or maybe this one. Oh, this is a good 4-drop too, because then it's an elusive. He probably didn't want it to be messed around with. So we're gonna attack here. It doesn't matter what I pull. He has 2 mana. There's nothing he could actually do for 2 mana, not that I know of. He could Pale Cascade, which could save this actually. It would make it a 3/4, and he does do that. So that gives him another draw. He's kind of wasting his draws without TF on the board, which is kind of okay with me. You need to be below 15 cards to hit deep, which will activate Nautilus. So that's fine. We are at 3 of 4.
Time to make some coin.
I think he just pulls that. Yeah, or you should attack with that. Why not?
Do this.
Could actually kill it, but I'd rather save this again for thing. I think here would be a good time to make Leona a little bit more threatening. He's not really applying too much pressure. We have heal in this deck, and with a double Leona, we actually can do something. We can actually whatchamacallit as well. We can use her champion spell.
I am the bulwark against darkness.
Oh yeah! All right. The next thing we have to do is hopefully get Sunny D. So now we're a 5/8, and his deck really can't do. He can silence me. He can silence it, but I'm a raw like 4/6 raw. So no, not much he can really do about that. Now I think it's a good time to kind of flood the board a little bit here, and really punish him for his slow play. You might even actually no, I definitely shouldn't open attack. How much mana do we have? We have 7. Do this first. It's not aggro, so I definitely don't want this. Guess we go with this. That is gonna stun that unit. We have 4 mana here, so I still have this up. Double stun. We're pushing 8 damage right now, unless he plays another unit.
My faith protects me.
Wait, he's running this card? I'm like, wait, what? Okay. Weird, but okay. I kind of wanna I'd rather save that for TF. So I think here we don't really attack, because then that's gonna make me a 5/5. Not the worst thing if he blocks that. Save this back for a blocker. Now if he actually blocks here, I could just stun it with the ground slam, but I kind of want to keep the ground slam for TF. That's really who I want to save that for, because TF is kind of spicy. This will bring him down to 1 HP, unless he does something crazy. Oh, so he hushes me. I kind of don't care about that. Especially because we have a backup Leona. Ah, okay. So, I mean, I could have just killed it right there. He's going to try to pull Leona, but yeah, she's going to get her stats back. So he can't kill her. I can use this, which is 5 damage and then 1 damage. I can do 4 damage, right? Yeah, 4. Which would be pretty good. I don't really care about the damage again. We could easily just do this. Take out your elusive, take out this guy. You can do this. He's still pretty far away from deep, right? Yeah, 7 away from deep. And I'm gonna try to widen my board here by going with another card here. I should have actually just passed there, to be honest. He has 7 mana. He would have just burned 4. He keeps 3 of spell mana, and then he would have burned 4. It would have been really good for me. And I'll definitely take that pass. I should have took the other pass too. Alright, so we'll go for a really big swing here. I think I will. I want to kind of punish him for not doing anything. He has 1 unit out. This unit is going to get stunned. I'm going to also get a Solari Priestess proc. So it's going to give me a nice card. Oh, it auto picks it for me, so I get the Traveler. gonna be 2 stuns. There's only 1 unit here.
Sun's splendor revealed.
I could have maybe tried to bait. He had a lot of mana. I could have burned his mana, which kind of wouldn't have been that bad of an idea. And then we would have had this really big attack. He has to play something here though, whether it be Nautilus or something to kind of block. And then he could play Nautilus and then possibly, yeah, and then cheat out the thing. And then, or Twisted Fate. He plays Twisted Fate here, and then he stuns my Leona, so I can't attack with her. That's also a possibility. He goes Zap Save thing. Okay. Okay. We're pushing a lot of damage. Oh no, don't block the, you should never block the Overwhelm unit. You have another one? That would be his 3rd Hush. Damage there. Down by 1, but this is why you don't block the Overwhelm. 1, if I can kill the unit or if I can stun it, it takes the unit away and then I still hit for 7. So you never, like, it was smarter if he blocked this one, the 4/5. And that cost him the L. Usually 9 times out of 10, you want to not block the unit with Overwhelm, because especially if the person has some type of removal, but not like my deck is popular enough to they were like, yeah, he definitely has Ground Slam in his hand. But you should have looked at it. I had 6 mana up, so I have 6 mana. There is a decent amount of things that I could have done there, and the way he even blocked only prevented 1 damage. He only had 1 HP left, so if he would have blocked the 4, he would have actually blocked 4 damage. So even if I removed that unit, so that was a misplay on his end there. As you can see, Talia and Malphite doing the Lord's work. Focusing on Malphite is what people fuck up with the most. I think that's where you mess up the most. But I will try to make a deck where you're focusing on Malphite to see if there's a way to really, you know, make him good, but I haven't seen it yet. So anywho, that's gonna be it for me. It's like, oh yeah, look at that, 43 minutes of recording, but that's not how long the video is gonna be. But as you guys know, YFO's in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about Malphite in a Leona deck. It's pretty much a Leona deck, but I think that they work really well together, and I think that someone can really make this pretty spicy. But anywho, like, comment, subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.